Welcome to my video on some useful DJI Spark accessories. If you haven't watched part 1, the link is below. And here is part 2 of my accessories video. First up, we have the camera and sensor cover. Something different about the Mavic and the Spark was that the Mavic came with a cover for its camera. As for the Spark, it didn't come with one. It did lead me to be a bit worried for the Spark's camera and gimbal when I was transporting it around. But now, I have a solution, and that is the camera and sensor cover. So the cover really fits on very easily. You just have to push it in and it fits on nicely and tightly. This cover, being specially designed for the Spark, does protect the camera and the sensors very well. So I would definitely say that this is a must get for your Spark. And if the protection of the camera and sensor is very important to you, you could also consider the protective film for both the camera and the sensor as well. Next up, we have the improved landing gear. So in my previous video, I did touch on the landing gear, which looks something like this. But however, there were many comments that it was a bit flimsy, and upon fixing it or removing it, some people had the problem of it breaking off. So the solution for this is stronger and tougher height extenders. So the height extender I have here is a very simple and very neat one-piece clip-on. To attach it to your Spark, all you have to do is to just clip it on. Very simple and very fast. I must say that I had some concerns as all the legs were centered in the body rather than spread out across the legs. To my surprise, on a hard flat surface, it was rather stable still. But we'll give it a try later on outdoors. Here's another landing gear for all those muscular people who broke off their previous landing gears. These landing gears are much tougher and much thicker as well. The installation of these landing gears are also much simpler than the one in my previous video. All you have to do is to fit it on and rotate it. And of course, this will be the most stable landing gear. And here's a simple comparison for you. This is a Spark without height extenders, with the first height extender, and with the second height extender. And here is the propeller clearance height. And now let's try it outdoors. So this is how the Spark fares without height extenders. And here it is with the first height extender. As seen, there's a substantial increase in height. So for takeoff, it has no issue at all. In-flight performance is also not affected. However, if your surface is uneven, landing could be a slight issue as it tends to topple towards one side. Next up, we have the strong and sturdy landing gears. This one offers less height increase, but you can definitely tell that it will be stable. And as usual, takeoff is no issue at all. In-flight performance is also very good. And for landing, perfect. Here's another landing gear that I would suggest. I just ordered it a few days ago, so it'll take a while to come in. I would like to think that these landing gears are good as it has enough height increase and it is also spread across the 4 legs. So maybe when my order comes in, I will do a review on it. And if you feel that all the landing gears are too mainstream, you could get the set with the flashlights on it. Another really useful accessory would be the propeller clips. Have you ever had the trouble of putting your Spark in the case or bag because of its propellers sticking out? If you have, then this is the accessory for you. Like all the other accessories, installing this is very hassle-free. As seen, all the blades are tucked in neatly. And now, fitting your drone into your bag or your case is so much simpler. It literally just slides right in, without any hindrance of propellers sticking out. Next up, we have the color propellers to brighten up your drone. So there are many colors available: pink, blue, red, but I decided to go with the white ones. So here's how you remove and install your propellers. Please however do note that these propellers are not the original ones. They also come in pairs, so if you want to change all 4 propellers, you have to get 2 sets of it. And one more thing to take note of is to ensure that you install the propellers on the right motors. The clockwise with the clockwise and the anti-clockwise with the anti-clockwise. So I would like to think that this makes my drone look really classy. especially with the gold tips at the end. So the flight to me, I would say, seems very similar or the same. I couldn't tell any difference from the original DJI propellers and these propellers. Another item which I didn't feature in depth in my previous video was the joystick protector. I've started to take a liking to this accessory a lot, as it has proven to be a very useful accessory. A large concern will be whether these joysticks are protected when placing it inside the case. And the joystick protector solves this all. It fits on very nicely and very easily. And as you can see, the joysticks are fully protected. And not only does it protect the joysticks, it makes putting them in the bag so much easier now. Next in line, I have the lanyard adapter. I featured this in my previous video, but I just put it as an extra accessory. So here's a more in-depth review on it. As seen, it's a really nice, neatly made one-piece item, and all you have to do is to slide it between the arms of your controller. And there you have it, it's that easy to install. In my previous video, I suggested stickers to change the looks of your Spark. However, I personally do not like sticking things onto my drone, especially when removing it could leave certain stains. But after a while, I found this. So this is a simple silicone cover which goes over the drone. Unfortunately, I am unable to feature this in my video as I just ordered it as well. I ordered a black cover as it looks really cool, like a stealth drone of that sort. And I would also like to think that the silicone cover does offer protection against scratches for the drone. Another notable accessory would be the lens filter. I didn't order them as I'm not very serious about photography, but if you're into photography, this could be a useful item for you. So an accessory which should go well with your filters would be the sun hood. So for all you serious photographers out there, you could consider these items. And here's another propeller guard I found. Looks pretty cool, I must say. I personally like flying the Spark using my controller, but if you like flying it using your mobile phone, this could be an item which you can consider. In my previous video, I showed you guys a 75cm landing pad. If that was too big for you, here's a 55cm one. And last but not least, here are some new carrying cases. In my previous video, I showed you two cases, and I was extremely impressed with both of them. Since I already have two cases for my Spark, I probably wouldn't get any of these cases anymore. However, I couldn't resist the temptation to get a case for my goggles. So maybe when all my items arrive, the sticker, the landing gear, the silicone cover, and my new goggles case, I could do another review again. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope it was helpful, and if you have anything to say, just leave a comment. If you want to purchase any of the items, the links are below. Or if you would like to purchase the items directly from me, since I have so many of the same items which serve the same purpose, do feel free to message me. So that's all for now, see you next time.